a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Vincent, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees on Roger Goodell. Yeah, money like this and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Vincent, I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
All right. Shout out to the mighty Who Dat Nation, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports fam. We up in this one Saturday screen with a very special guest, man. We got my boy Rome of Cowboy Fan Talk. We up in this thing, man. And we're going to get some real deal spiel from the Dallas side of things going on with the Cowboys. So, Rome, thank you for accepting the invitation, my brother. Welcome into the stream.
Having me. I'm excited about the stream, man. I think that hold on, I want to make sure I want to mute it. I think that this game is going to be a great test for us. After digging into research about what's going on with your team, I found out that some of the stuff that you guys are doing has been one of our Achilles heels for the last 3-4 years. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, bro. That's we've been talking about that for the last week. That historically speaking, they tend to struggle, but it's an interesting situation though, Rome, because you have Zimmer there on defense and we have Kubiak on our offense, and that family, they have history.
They got plenty of history.
Right.
If we had Dan Quinn still, I would be less enthused about this matchup because Dan Quinn and the Shanahan tree don't mix as far as it don't work out for Dan Quinn at least. Gary Kubiak, Clint's father, Clint Kubiak, historically Zimmer's had success against them because he runs a unique scheme a defensive scheme like they run a unique offensive scheme.
Right.
And I think that it's almost like a badge of honor. Zimmer knows how lethal that scheme is just because he's been in the league since it's been thriving. Right. So I think that he takes the time to tweak and add things just like that side of the ball. Clint Kubiak, you got Clint Kubiak, you got Kyle Shanahan, you got the Green Bay head coach, you got Sean McVay. That tree is kind of branched out, you know, but it's vicious though. Every team that runs it has offensive success. So it's something that you either going to figure out how to stop or slow down, or you're going to have your problems.
Yeah, bro. And everybody that seems to implement the scheme have their own signature style to it. So even though there are some similarities, but it depends on the guy the architect that's using it. Clint Kubiak, from my perspective, Rome, since he's been here, we haven't seen a lot of it in the preseason, but in the first game, they had a lot of stuff going on. And the Saints offense gravitated to the system. Like our young offensive linemen, they love the scheme. They love what was going on. You put I studied the all 22, and let me tell you something, bro. They knew what they were doing and executing. It wasn't no luck. They executed the system to perfection. They didn't have any rust. Like, historically, week one, you come out and it's a bit of a rush. You notice it almost looked like the Saints were, and this is from offense, defense, to special teams, it appeared like they were in week number 4. Like all wrinkles was on. It was a very interesting dynamic here. So what are your thoughts? Did you give an opportunity to look at the game? What are your thoughts on that, Ron? What you think?
I didn't watch the full game. I'm not going to come in here and lie, but I did doing research. I did catch that. I don't know if Derek Carr's been in a similar system, but he seems to have grasped it pretty well. I think that's the biggest thing. As long as the driver knows what he's doing, everyone else could catch up later. So Carr seems to know the timing of the system, which is important. With all of that motion, if the timing's off, then it throws off everything. Carr was getting that ball out on time. I'm not going to downplay or disrespect the Panthers. They got their own issues, but the timing of the system has nothing to do with their defensive personnel. You know, the timing is all about what the offense is doing. And I can see from me watching, I also noticed that you guys ran a lot more under center than last year, which is a complete change from what you usually run, from what I understand. And that is predicated because of how the system works with the play action and stuff like that. So I know that's why I'm excited about this matchup. I know that particular type of offense, it just has been given since Mike has been in the league. That's been his biggest problem, you know. And then you know, as our de facto defensive leader, as the best player, it's just been one of those things where the timing, the motion has always thrown us off. That's why I'm excited for once to not try to hit our head against the wall and say, okay, we're going to just run this back one time. It wasn't really our choice because Dan Quinn took a job. But sometimes, you know, blessings can happen without you planning it. So I felt Dan Quinn leaving gave us a chance to go out there, assess what was our problem. And although we had a couple of different interviews up here, I think we interviewed like Rex Ryan and a couple of defensive coordinators that probably would have took us in a whole nother direction. Bringing in Mike Zimmer, who at the time I was just like, we're going with a retread. I had no idea about his success against that particular system. I'm hoping that they took that into consideration. And that's what makes me excited about this, just because he knows his game plan is designed to at least give that system trouble. I'm not saying it's a complete shutdown to that system, because if it wasn't successful, it wouldn't be around. I just think it has a counter. I think Dan Quinn would line up and say, we running man. And if we can't stop, we can't stop him. And then we would just get punished. Like, we don't have the horses to run man against certain offenses. So I'm glad, say, for instance, what you guys got, I forgot that receiver's name, the really, really fast gentleman.
Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah. In normal years, we'd be like, all right, Trayvon Diggs, you got to run with him, which he just can't. That's not his game. Like, as far as like just speed-wise, he's not running with him foot speed for foot speed. But that's what Dan Quinn would do. He would single high safety, tray you on an island, and then if you run the right offensive play, you make the shady shade to the other way, and now Trey by himself on an island with a receiver that runs like a 4-4, 4-3. It just ain't gonna work. So I'm glad that I already seen in Zimmer's system, he is not trying to put anybody on any unridiculous type of you shade to the whole side, you Deion Sanders, you're Darrelle Revis. That's not our game plan. That's what you saw in the Packers game. We just ran man and then was just getting diced up because we couldn't keep up with the motion. We got people skirting out the back, running 40 yards open because we were confused. And then Dan Quinn made no adjustments. He just said, we're going to figure it out. It was the fourth quarter. We getting punished. So I'm happy to have someone that at least in here, like, say, for instance, we come out and y'all have two strong drives. At least I have a defensive coordinator I know that's not going to be in the box like Dan Quinn. He's going to try to make adjustments. That don't always work, but it's all about just trying to see what you can do to stop stuff. I don't have to go into the game like, man, if this man don't work, we SOL, you know? Yeah. So I'm excited to have somebody because we have defensive personnel. We're not barren. It's all about scheme. And, you know, talent and great scheme can mean greatness. Talent and a lazy defensive coordinator, you can look great until you match somebody with a proper scheme, and now you look silly. And that's been our biggest problem with our defense.
Let me ask you this, Rome. Just a second. Shout out Michael. Thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate that, bro. Much love. We got Brother Rome from Cowboy Fan Talk here breaking down the Dallas side of things. Talk to me about you guys' offense. I know Dak Prescott got paid. A lot of people were excited about him getting paid. CeeDee Lamb also got paid. So you have, two of your better players, offensively speaking, getting their money. Talk to me about the feel about the Dallas Cowboys offense in 2024 going to, 24-25 season. What are your thought process, the expectations of Dallas's offense flowing through Dak and the running back situation? This is a group by running back by committee approach.
It's a little conglomerate.
Right. So what are your thoughts about that, bro? What the balance of the offense? How good is this offense?
Well, I'll let you know that the offense is fine. I know a lot of people want to say, why you didn't throw up the 30, 40, 50 points on the Browns. People got to realize the Browns defense is not bad. I don't know. I know Deshaun Watson's bad, but he don't play defense. So sometimes people let what you see on one side of the ball bleed into the other. There are teams that have great sides of the ball and horrible other sides of the ball. The Browns are one of them, because if you can't run that system like Deshaun Watson, now it can make the other side of the ball play worse because they're on the field way too much and you're not getting the ball, and then there's 3 and outs and the defense gets tired. And I think that's what happened to the Browns the other day. Deshaun Watson was not doing them any favors. Eventually the defense is going to continue to get worse. But I would challenge anybody that has time to go back and watch the beginning of that game after Dak Prescott gets sacked, because the one person I didn't think was going to let him get a sack, which was Zach Martin. After he gets sacked and we get settled down, we moved the ball on that offense. On the Browns defense fairly well. I wasn't surprised because the Cowboys had a great offense last year, to the tune of the highest scoring offense in the league. So we know how to move the ball. Am I saying we're the best offense in the NFL? Not necessarily. But I know for darn sure it isn't, as everybody's implying this week, but you know how that goes. It's kind of like we have to find something that's contrarian, because as a media, like national media, and let's just say the ground level media, which is Twitter, etc., we've had 6 to 7 months of everyone saying the Cowboys are going to regress. They're going to regress. They're going to regress. It's just this, they're going to regress. And then when you see the product on the field and it doesn't match what you've been saying for 6 months, something that I'm gonna just lean on the offense. The offense is going to be bad though. It's kind of like you need confirmation bias. You refuse to believe, are they actually going to be decent again? So it's either two things. You either lean on the offense got to be bad, or you just skip the entire game and jump to January because you refuse to give up any props, because you spent 6 months saying this team got to be bad because Stephen A. Smith told me it was going to be bad. So it just got to be true, because I hear it every day. And it's like, well, if you look at our team, to round the question back out, if you look at our team and you look at who we actually retained and who we actually lost, we lost a lot of depth pieces that we weren't going to pay anyway. We still retained most of our starters. Now, we lost like Tyron Smith and stuff like that. But offensively, everybody we needed to come back outside of Tony Pollard is there. We didn't need Tyler Biadasz to come back because Cooper Beebe's a better center than him. I would have loved to have gotten Tyron Smith back. You can't pay everybody $20 million, and he wanted $20 million, so the Jets paid him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just the
that's just the business, yeah. Yeah,
that's the business. But when you lose a Michael Gallup, that sounds on paper like, oh, you got worse. But when you realize, oh, he had to retire and he's still 20-something years old because that injury snatched his career from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's addition by subtraction in that way. Not no disrespect to him. It's just he couldn't run right anymore. So just having someone out there that can actually run can assist your offense in maybe, helping to tilt the field depending on which direction. We got the matriculation of Jake Ferguson, even though he's not going to play this week because he hurt, stuff like that. I would say I'm excited about the offense, and I don't really need to speak on Dak Prescott. I know that's a thing. That's not a thing for me. My concern, which I will give, I will tip my hat in you guys' direction. The running back room is still undecided. We can do one thing well in our running back room: short yardage running. I trust Ezekiel Elliott within the 5 to 10 yard span. I think he can do some damage, and that's what I think we brought him back for. We didn't do our job as far as making sure we got a running back that got some juice, i.e., what you guys got in Alvin Kamara. We don't have that on our roster. We got a whole bunch of hope. Like maybe Dalvin Cook can do something. Or I hope Rico Dowdle can be more than what we've seen. But it's all hope.
Yeah, Deuce Vaughn.
What was that?
Deuce Vaughn.
And Deuce is, the irony of Deuce is not long speed. Deuce is quick in a, he's like a less heavy Zeke. 10 to 15 maybe yards. Deuce he can do some damage, but he's not running away from nobody. He just don't have that long speed. He never has. So our running back room is hodgepodge at best. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. Pass pro, we good. Zeke can do that. you know. So the offense essentially is going to run through Dak Prescott. It's going to be 70-30. And unless we let Dalvin Cook run and he blows everyone's away, like, wow, he did have something left in the tank. But that's remains to be seen without lack of better wording. I would hope he got something left, but we didn't do our due diligence. We just didn't go out there and get the draft pass, free agency pass. We had chances. We made our bed. We got to lay in it. We got the conglomerate, and we got hope it works.
Yeah,
trade deadline.
Yeah, I was looking at that myself, Rome. I was saying the running back, if there were concerns that the Cowboy Nation had, it had to be the running back room because
they knew.
Yeah, right, exactly. So you got Elliott there, and it's going to be a running back by committee approach. We understood that. I the Tony Pollard thing, I was like, oh, damn, but
I will say this though.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we ain't had a running game neither. Tony Pollard was there in name, not in the Tony Pollard you saw the year before when we lost to San Fran in the playoffs. Tony Pollard averaged 59 yards a game last year. It just it wasn't what it sounds good because when you hear that name, you envision some of the runs you've seen him make. But he hit 100 yards once last year, I think. Like he wasn't what he used to be. And it's because he was coming off an injury. I'm not making him an excuse. Sometimes it takes you a year to get back right. So the Titans will get the better Tony Pollard. And it's just is what it is when you end up when you have a bad year and it's a prove it, like, can I get a deal year? Sometimes you have your worst year at your worst time. So, he moved on. I can't say no one on our roster is definitively better than Tony Pollard. All I can say is when he was here, he wasn't doing nothing either. So we're not probably going to have to wait until next year in the draft to get a definitive back. And until said time, we got to go with the hot hand or go with creativity. Because if you've been watching any of our tape, the way we get our splash run plays is we do jet sweeps.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I never noticed that. Yeah.
Every once in a while we throw a little Cavante Turpin, a little CeeDee Lamb in there, hit you for 10, and then here comes some more Zeke for 5. And that's just what we're gonna do. But I will say this: it's not that we're not used to it. We haven't had a definitive good running game since 2022. When Zeke still had a little bit more juice and we had Tony Pollard. That backfield had a little juice. It was both of them. But that's 2 years ago. So that's the one part of my team that if you've been listening to me, I've been complaining about since February. Since we left it, like, go get a running back. And we watched Derrick Henry sign places and Jacob sign places. And I was begging. I begged for every running back that was decent, that was a free agent. Didn't get that. And then I watched the draft and begged for a running back in every round. Every round. Let's go get him. Well, all right. Who left? All right, go get Jalen. Okay, he a Dolphin. All right, go get him. Go get Braylon Allen. Okay, he a Jet. Like, I went through every round, who the best running back, and they just left me out there. So if that comes back to bite us, that's our front office fault. That ain't my fault because I've seen it coming.
Yeah. That's the thing too, Ron. We look at the offense for the Saints, man. That's the strength, in my opinion, of the Saints offense is the running attack. The running back room is the strongest room we have. I think finally over the last 3 years since we've had Dennis Allen, we've been hardcore on him, on his neck to make the proper moves. And they finally got it done this year. They got a guy that knows how to run an offense here that is, attention detailed, accountable, serious about what he does, and he hired a very competent staff around him. Andrew Janoku, John Benton, all these other guys are phenomenal offensive coaches. They understand how to use Alvin Kamara. Taysom Hill is somebody you got to worry about. Jamal Williams, they had him in the first game, and all those guys had an extreme amount of carries. Alvin averaged 7 yards a run, so did Taysom. Jamal had 4.8. Rounded rounded off at 5 yards. So they had 180 yards rushing with Carr's 200 through the air. So it was a very balanced attack. So if anything, that would probably be what I look at. Not so much Derek Carr. I've been telling a lot of the Cowboy family members and the supporters, don't focus on Derek Carr to do you no good. Carr is a complement to what they got going on. Now you'll see him shine because he's an excellent play action quarterback. But the focus should be on Alvin Kamara. And how the Saints run that system, man, they love them offensive linemen. They might be some of these guys you never heard of before, but some of these guys love that scheme, and they're going to have issues, in my opinion, in dealing with that. I know you guys have a phenomenal defense. There's several guys on your defense that everybody knows. We know about Parsons. We know about DeMarcus Lawrence. We know about Overshown. Hey, man, that guy's a baller. We know about him.
That's one of those what you call a free draft pick, because he got hurt in August of his rookie year. He tore his ACL, and then you got to wait and see if he can return to form. So I'm happy that he's returned to form, and he was one of the reasons why we struggled at linebacker last year, because we wanted to lean on him in his rookie year, and then the Cowboys thought it was cool to run with safeties at linebacker, but that's another story for another day. That's a Dan Quinn special. Good luck, Washington. Yeah, safety at linebacker is crazy. But I think that what you said makes complete sense to me. That is like, when you saw my video from yesterday, I said Zimmer's going to get tested. And it's not just, the Kubiak system with passing. It's the running game that's going to really, really let us know if we've made changes. And that's been our biggest problem. You go back to any time we've struggled in the last 4 years, it's a team that can run the ball well. That's the thing. Look, last year, Arizona punished us. It could be a running quarterback, it could be just running game in general. 49ers punished us. When we played Josh Allen and the Bills, we were so hyped up to stop Josh Allen, and all they did was hand it to Cook and run it down our throat, So it's one of those things where if we haven't fixed our run defense, it's going to be a long day. Now, last week was a good test because Stefanski, that's how his offense is built. He loves to run he likes to start through the running game. And Ford, although he's not a known commodity, Ford would start on our offense. He had almost 1,000 yards last year. So because of when Chubb got hurt. So test one was stopping the Browns, just seeing if you can stop somebody running the ball, because we couldn't even do that last year. That was one of our – if you watched anything, you would hear regularly, you would just hear ESPN say, can the Cowboys stop the run? Because we were running safeties at linebacker and we didn't have definitive D tackles. So this week, you guys and your running attack, that's our biggest test. Seriously. I just need to see if we can stop it. I would love to just say we're going to, but I got to see it to believe it,
Right. Yeah, that's the thing, though, Rome. Because the defense, and see if you agree with me on that, about the defense. In my opinion, just being a black and gold man doing scout work on the Dallas Cowboys, the defense appears to be, to me, the better of all of the units. Mika, you got Parsons, which is, the dude is awesome, man. I heard John Gruden compare him to Lawrence Taylor.
I would say it's because we're top heavy on offense.
Yeah.
We got Dak, second team All-Pro. We got CD, first team All-Pro. We got players. We got 2 All-Pro guards and stuff like that. But then depth-wise, offensive line, nobody better not sprain an ankle. It'll get funky. And then, like, after CD Lamb, you got Cooks, you know what I'm saying, who he's a veteran and he's reliable, but he ain't scaring nobody. Ain't nobody like, hey, man, you better look out for Cooks. It just is what it is. So, and then I told you about the running back room. It's just we don't have enough depth. We got like a couple great pieces, and it's like, we'll see. Defensively, I can start running through a lot more definitive players. Kendrick's been in this league. He's been definitive. Micah, D-Law, Trayvon Diggs, Malik Hooker, etc. So it's just our better side of the ball because we just got better players at more positions. And I can't, as much as I want to stick up for Dak because he gets it bad, but you need 11. And Dak, CD, and the 2 guards, that's 4. So the other 6 gonna have to come to play. On the other side of the ball, I would say we got a definitive about 7, and then you worry about another 4. So it's just more touted. Our defense is now the leader of our team is still on the offensive side of the ball because I don't think Micah is ready to lead a team completely. He's not in the vein of Ray Lewis.
Right.
But we had I don't want to call it a fake. Like, I know a lot of people say, the Cowboys run through their defense. The defense was great the same way the offense was great versus lesser teams. It just is what it is. If you go back and if you're bored today, go back and look at the box scores. You only have to look that in depth. The good teams we face, it always seemed like, was that defense actually good? And it was because our defense would lean on bad teams, just because of our talent. But our scheme, we weren't prepared in big games. We just weren't, and on both sides of the ball. I'm not giving McCarthy and them a pass neither. So, I think the most prepared game we had last year was versus the Lions. We actually went toe-to-toe with them. I know it's a controversial ending, but if you look at the entire game, that wasn't no easy day for them. They had a long day, and for some odd reason, we was fully prepared. So this year, I want to see when we play good teams, are we prepared? Because last year, it just seemed like we're like, well, we got the talent. You can't out-talent everybody in this league. You will lose. You got to have scheme.
That's right.
Coaching. So I'm excited because, we got mean Grandpa Zimmer, who is no nonsense. You know what I'm saying? He's a, that's too damn bad. That's how he give it up. Like Micah said the other day in an interview, I play for his approval, which is way different than Dan Quinn is my best friend. We buy Jordans together and turn our hat around together. Like he said, Zimmer's come in, he don't even talk a lot. And it's sometimes, how you can be like really good in school and then you run into that professor that ain't impressed with your previous antics. And you're like, man, I got A's all the way up to 11th grade. What you talking about? And they're just like, I mean, you all right, but you ain't special. I think that's what Micah ran into because he didn't, when we first brought Zimmer in, they didn't speak for like 3 months.
Sheesh.
And if you heard Micah, he was so like, he had heard the rep of Mike Zimmer, he hard on players. And Micah just so prideful, his response was, well, he ain't never had a Micah. Like if you go back and hear some of the interviews, he was kind of like, I'm me. And Zim just was like, well, all right, whatever. Like, what I'm saying? They didn't talk. And then they got a chance to talk at camp. I don't know what was happening. I wish I could. But now the other day he was talking, he was like, yeah, man, it took a while, but I rock with Zim. I play for his approval because it's one of those things he said, once I start talking to him, I can tell he a defensive mind for real. He's not here to sugarcoat it. See, I think Dan Quinn would have hit him up like, yo, man, what Jordans you like? And they not talking football. Zimmer's like, yo, you good, but you want to be great? Listen to me. So I think it's like that hard uncle that you ain't expect. Like, I ain't know I needed this in my life. But I want to see it on the field. I want to see it pay dividends because, talk is cheap. So let's see. I know Micah got all the talent in the world, but are you going to be disciplined enough? Because what we ran into as Cowboys fans last year was a whole lot of, I feel like Dan Quinn allowed a lot of just freelancing. Trey, if you think you can jump that ball, just jump it. And Zimmer's like, yo, man, do not take liberties ever. If you think that if you think that there's an open play to jump, you better make sure that there's somebody behind you before you make a stupid decision and put this entire team in. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know players are going to do their thing from time to time, but he preaches a lot more discipline. And we used to run a whole lot of stunts and games up front on our line trying to get sacks because that's all they was chasing. And you running yourself right out of a running lane, and now you got somebody running for 30 yards, and there was no discipline there. Zim's in the box. There was not even nobody there after a bad play to say, what is y'all doing? What are you going to do? Call down? Like, so we didn't even have, we had mess ups and then nobody to discipline nobody because the defensive coordinator's in the box. So it was just the children, or I was gonna say the inmates, but trying not to be, because I know that's a controversial statement. But the children was just running the classroom. Let's just say that. There was no discipline on that side of the ball. And the way we ran it, because Dan Quinn was a former head coach, Mike didn't even talk to him. Like it was like, he got it. No, if it looked crazy, somebody got to talk to these players.
Right.
So I'm happy that, because Zim already said, like, listen, when he first got interviewed, he said, I can't wait, because I'm not, and he literally, I think he was subbing Dan Quinn. He was like, I can't wait for people to mess up so that we can make corrections, because I don't want to be in the booth. And so that means he was watching it. It is what it is. Like you can fix a problem just by being like, what were you doing on that play? Well, I thought that we can run a little loop stunt. Yeah, but you letting them run the ball. Stay in your lane. Get your gaps together. And I just want to see it being executed. It's just 1 week down. Can I see some consistency of we're not going to freelance?
You know what, Rome? That's interesting, man. A good bit of information, man, because that's quite the difference in play styles from a freelance style to a more hardcore disciplined approach. It appears like Parsons is picking up early on, man, from what I've seen in the Cleveland game. He's just incredibly disruptive. And not just him. I mean, I ain't gonna say he steals a lot of thunder, but a lot of people pay attention to him, and there are other guys there as well. Let me ask you about this, bro. What is the keys in terms of what you guys see? Because I know in terms of the defense, you guys want to stop the run. You want to get after the quarterback. I know
that's where it starts.
Right. So what are the keys to victory, Rome, in terms of how you think the Cowboys need to beat the Saints?
Disrupting your run game, because it's just like with Shanahan. If you can stop that run, if you can just disrupt it, you can have success against it. Shanahan's run game and Shanahan's whole system, there's a little bit of a fear factor in there. Not fear as in like, well, San Fran has the players, so there's some fear of players too. But it's all of the motion. So a lot of that motion, you start to overthink things. You know what I'm saying? You need to be very disciplined in knowing where you need to be and doing your job. Because when two people motion in the same play, one person goes and another person goes, you'll get confused. Am I on him? Like, if you don't know your job, it's a big problem. So that fear, you'll start to overthink stuff. So we have to remain disciplined. That's why Zimmer is important. It's just super important. But I need to see it applied. Like even with Micah Parsons, you'll hear Cowboys fans say all the time, Mike is a chess piece. We want to move him everywhere. But if you go back to last year, Micah was just a right edge. Like Dan Quinn wasn't moving him around. Dan Quinn was sack happy. Stay on the line. Last week, when we got the snap counts and we really started to look at what we did with our defense, I think the most eye-popping thing was Micah Parsons lined up in 8 different positions last week.
Yeah.
Out of 60 snaps. And it was mind-blowing. I was like, okay. You actually did what you said. You didn't just say we're gonna move him around and then nothing happens. He was everywhere from the A gap to right outside linebacker. He was in the 5 technique. I don't know what's going on. Zimmer really wanted to make it like frustrating for you to just say, Mike is over there. We're gonna chip him. We're gonna double him. We're gonna make it hard for you. And I think that starts with us having a player that can play edge as well. In our rookie, Marshawn Nealon. Marshawn Nealon's best skill set is not pass rushing. It's run stopping.
Okay.
Coming out of his college, when we got him in the second round, he's built like I don't want to be sacrilegious, but he built like Cam Jordan.
Okay.
He's he not a speed rusher. He's just a big dude. Now Cam can do both. I ain't gotta tell you about Cam. Cam, but the comps and the comparisons was like, if he ever hits his ceiling, that's the type of player he could be. But the first thing that he's good at is stopping the run. He's a huge human being. He like 270, and he can set that edge. And last week I saw him be able to set the edge, which is great. So if you can have somebody that can set the edge and they can play the run, you can move Micah around. So we just need to see, it's we in a game as content creators where we have a whole lot of hypotheticals and a whole lot of if this happens, that happens. That's kind of what we do. Now, I guess media in general. So sometimes when you're cheering for a team, I'm a glass half full guy. So a lot of the things I say, it's me implying that if things go the right way, this will happen. But it's not definitive. If things go the right way and we move things around, I think we can get this victory because we can disrupt your run game. That means that old man Linval Joseph came to play, and old man Jordan Phillips, our defensive tackles that we signed about a month ago, because we like to do things late as the Cowboys. That means that they actually came to play because defensive tackle was one of our other big worries over the offseason. So, and our rookie, because it's going to start with them. If Mozzie Smith, Jordan Phillips, and Linval Joseph cannot stop or clog up that middle, y'all going to run. Because look, Fuaga is no joke. That's the main offensive lineman that I'm familiar with y'all is Fuaga. I know y'all had Penning. I know Penning from his draft stock. I haven't really followed him as closely, so I don't know how well he's doing right now. Them the two I know off the top of my head. But I wanted Fuaga. I knew he was going to be a beast when he was drafted. So when y'all got him, I was like, all right. Because I you know what I'm saying? He was one of the more nasty as far as just temperaments tackles in the draft. Mm-hmm. He just looks like he enjoys run blocking. So it makes sense that the first week y'all was running over people because that's what he looks like. Like he want to bring his lunch pail to work. He not here to be all cute and just pass pro. So I'm looking forward to, okay, you got good on good. Who going to win? So
right.
We got to work it out for us. We got to, as much as people want to, when it's trash talk time, yeah, I'm going to be like, yo, man, we're going to beat the Saints because I'm not about to, but when you want to talk legitimate X's and O's, this is a big test for our team. It's a big test. Now, I think if I'm not mistaken, is Lattimore out or is he it's still questionable?
Yeah, that's the thing, though. When I look at it, can you hear me good, Ron? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Because I got a little internet issue going on over here.
Hey, man, trust me and Spectrum, I'll be about to.
Yeah, bro.
I'll be mad every week.
It's something going on here, man. I got different things.
Like me, but that's a story for another day.
Right. But hey, bro, because and that's the thing, because we know all of the big names and of some of the guys from your team. We know that you guys are going to attempt to try to get CeeDee Lamb involved in the offense. And let's talk to me about some of the guys that we don't know. You mentioned Overshow. Talk to me about some of the guys that could be lesser known guys to be keys to victory in this game. Can you hear me, Ron? Uh-oh. Hold on. Can you hear me, Ron? Oh, I don't know if Ron can hear me. Might be having an issue here. Hold on. Hold tight, fam. Oh.
I don't know if y'all can still hear me, but we can roll.
Can you hear me, Ron?
Yeah,
can you hear me, bro?
I can't see.
Okay, cool.
We can roll. Hey,
I don't know what
I'm better. I've been doing this for 4 years. We're gonna just roll.
Yeah. Talk to me, Rome, about some of the lesser known guys, man, that we need to be aware of, man. The guys that people need to put some respect on their name. Who are some of these guys from your squad, man, outside of the big names that are that can be impactful players in this game in the Week 2 match against the Saints?
I'll go ahead and start off with our cornerback, Kalen Carson. If not anything, just his temperament, man. He went against Amari Cooper last week, gave up 2 catches, 16 yards. Now, a lot of that had to do with Deshaun Watson being trash because Amari Cooper is a really good receiver. But he did not look scared under the bright lights, which is a big thing with rookies. Before you even get to your skill set, everybody got talent coming out of college for the most part. You was one of the best players on your team or you wouldn't be in the NFL. But when you get around other players that was one of the best players on their team, do you fold under pressure? Kalen Carson just looks ready. He looks ready. I feel like he's going to get better. Like when the way he was breaking on the football and the way he was going against, especially Amari, he had a play with him in the end zone where he just did not look afraid. And that was a big deal to me. I was like, oh, he's ready. So Kalen Carson is our other cornerback. And then on offense, it all starts with the person that has the ball before the quarterback. Cooper Beebe, man. Cooper Beebe is definitively going to change the way we run offense. I think the Cowboys decided they knew that we weren't going to be running like a let's just say a more dynamic running system. This is going to be power football and passing game, situational running. So that's why they were cool with bringing in Zeke and running with Rico, because they're like, the game is going to be won through the air. We know we run a West Coast system, so it's a lot of short passes that emulate short runs. That's what we do. So Cooper Beebe being sandwiched by 2 all-pro guards really locks down the middle of that field and helps out Dak Prescott with that pocket. You got a rookie on the far left as far as Tyler Guyton, and he's going to have his growing pains as well. But the difference is, left tackle, you on the island. You can put a little chip over there, but you on the island. He impressed me last week because he went against Myles Garrett. He gave up 1 sack and maybe like 2 pressures out of like 40 good snaps, against Myles Garrett. I think it's like
that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all.
That's the defensive player of the year. So it could have been way worse, So he showed me something too. But as far as Cooper Beebe, he a people mover. And Tyler Biadasz, who we had there that's in Washington now, he was a hat-on-hat guy. Basically, he'll get in front of somebody. That's about it. So Dak, you better get that ball out, because I can't move him and I can't really stop him. I'm just going to kind of try to trip him. He can get in front of somebody, but he just ain't. Some people don't got the play strength. Cooper Beebe has the play strength. I watched him. The thing that stood out to me was in the preseason, which you can't really put a lot of stock in. You got to watch one-on-one matchups. You can't watch the entire team. I watched him versus Christian Wilkinson, that just left the Dolphins.
Yeah,
a definitive D tackle that last year, whenever we went against a good D tackle, it was just on display. Dak, you got 2 seconds, because he just couldn't stop nobody. Biadasz didn't have it. I watched Beebe versus him and handle him up one-on-one with no help. And I said, okay. Now, do I think he's going to be perfect or all pro? And then I ain't crazy. He's still a rookie, but he let me know that I have the tools. I have the want to, and I physically can move somebody out of the hole because of my stature. He built like a little refrigerator. So he looked like a center for real. So I'm happy to have him, because if you could put that in between 2 all pros, I feel like at bare minimum, we can get a good 3 yards when we need it. If we're going to break for 40, no, but we can get there. If it's 3rd and 3, I have faith that we can move a little bit of people. And last year I did it, because the way our line was built, you had Tyron Smith that liked pass pro more than run blocking, because he was injury prone. So he was tentative in his run blocking. Although he was built like a bodybuilder, he ain't like to run block no more because he kept getting hurt. You got Tyron Smith, who's ready to run block. You got Tyler Biadasz, who's tentative too, because he ain't got no strength. You got Zach Martin, who is, he's been all pro since he's been in the league. And then you got Terrence Steele recovering from an ACL. So our line just was weird. It was just no continuity. This year, I'm like, okay, at least I think we can run and we can situationally run the ball. We're not about to break for no 60-yard run. We ain't got no Kamara on our side, unless y'all want to send him over here. but I think BB is going to help us, because there's a lot of times last year where it was a short yardage situation, and the other team knew y'all ain't going to even try to run, because y'all can't. I think being able to have the other team guessing is going to be a thing in our favor.
Yeah, the way I look at it, man, is I think that we are a team that it's going to be a bit of an enigma for some of these people, man, to be honest with you, bro, because you can't judge the Saints based on last year, because it's totally different. What Clint Kubiak is going to bring, and what you've seen in the first week, is just the beginning. So it's going to be difficult for teams to judge how to stop the Saints, because the fact that it's the uniformity of it. And usually when you talk about uniformity, sometimes it's listed like it's in a situation where it's boring or whatever. But in this Clint Kubiak style system, the way they use people, the guy from ESPN called it positionless football when you talked about Taysom Hill, how he'll be used. You don't know if he'll be used as a fullback. You don't know if he's going to be a running back. You don't know if he's going to be a tight end.
And he can throw if he really need to. Like,
right, exactly.
I remember.
Right. So, bro, it's like with Alvin Kamara is the same way. With Rashid Shaheed, he's a wide receiver that wears number 22. He's a wide receiver, but you can move him slide him back there as a running back. And then it's just everything else. So people are going to have issues with our mismatch nightmares. I call them MMNs, mismatch nightmares. We have several of them on our offense alone. And why people are paying attention to those guys, they're guys that our secondary people are going to end up killing them. Last week against Cleveland, our tight ends caught touchdowns. One of our tight ends had a partial block punt. So these guys are dialed in. So, and then another thing too, Rome, is why I talk about the intelligence of I know y'all got an intelligent defense. The issue is how fast can they read what the Saints got going on, because that offense is set up where it doesn't tip its hat to you. And usually it makes you tip your hat. So when
that's a great point. That's why I love Zimmer's defense. Because Zimmer's defense is something new that, like, when he was running it, when he was in the league a couple years ago, teams that played him in the NFC North were used to it. But no one else runs Zim's defense in the entire NFL. And that double A gap mug thing, if you're not familiar with it, when you got both linebackers in the A gap and they showing like they're going to blitz, but they bail, if you're not ready, it's going to be – so it's two sides of the ball this week that's going to be doing stuff that you got the motion that's throwing everything off.
Right.
And then we got our system that's trying to throw you off. So this chess match
it's
going to be – I can't wait because – it's going to be my first chance to see, okay, we bringing something different to the table. I do have one thing to say about your side of the ball as far as on offense and our defense. I think that we're catching you at the perfect time.
Okay.
I don't expect y'all. We have a lot of players that have a little bit more familiarity. I know y'all got a couple of new players in different spots and stuff like that. And y'all got a new system. I think Dan Quinn, Mike Zimmer came in and he brought some of his philosophies, but I also feel like he kept some things that we were good at. I think we're catching y'all at the perfect time with the full turnover of the system. So if we could beat y'all going to be a way different beast 10 weeks from now, because there's still some kinks being worked out. Yes. So even if we beat y'all, we just caught y'all early in the season. You know what I'm saying? I think once y'all master the system, it's going to be even worse trying to deal with y'all. Because trust me, I've seen what it looked like when you got a full mastery of it. So I'm hoping we can catch y'all just kind of early. Y'all working through the kinks.
What you think about this, bro? Because we had a family member, a supporter on the stream last night, threw a beautiful comment. I called it was the comment of the night. He mentioned, it says that if the Saints beat the Dallas Cowboys, all they would say, all these other people would just say that the Saints beat the Cowboys because the Cowboys were overlooking the Saints at Baltimore. And they would
do that.
Exactly.
I hate it. Look, and if we beat y'all, they're gonna just call y'all the same old Saints. Neither of us will get proper credit.
Right.
It's sad. If we beat y'all, it's gonna be like, it's the Saints. And if y'all beat us, they're gonna say the Cowboys weren't.
They will look. Yeah, they were looking past.
Y'all gonna have to put like 5-6 wins in the tank and show that y'all got more of a team that's ready to win. Over, I think your biggest rivals right now in your division is Tampa. I think your division better than most people think. Tampa ain't horrible.
Nah, they're sleeping on Tampa. Tampa's really disrespectful.
I think the Falcons might be a little overrated, but that's more at their quarterback position. I think y'all biggest. If I'm thinking about it for real, I think it's gonna be y'all in Tampa.
Yeah,
just in general, because I think Shake and Bake can play a little bit. So I think it's gonna be y'all in Tampa, and I think that whenever they try to sometimes definitively give the division to somebody, it don't work. And they tried to every platform was giving it to the Falcons.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that's just what they do, though, bro. That's how they.
I don't see it.
They they drinking the Kool-Aid. The Falcons always seem to, no disrespect, they always seem to jumble
They was
it.
ready to give it, like every platform. Oh, the Falcons gonna win that division going away, and I'm like, I mean, I know the Panthers bad, but now look, y'all to y'all's credit. No, unless you're a Saints fan, no one's seen it. No one's seen what happened last week coming. And I don't care. This is from a Cowboys fan to you. You can't trip, fall, and score 47.
Right.
I don't care. Like people say, well, it was the Panthers. Well, then everybody better score 47 this year.
That's right.
I deal with that as of last year when we blow a team out. Y'all beat the Giants 40-0. That I don't care who playing. That's still an NFL team. That ain't easy to do.
Exactly.
So that's why like y'all beating the Panthers scared me for my team. I was on Tuesday saying this is a trap game, don't do it. Y'all gonna overlook the Saints. But the thing that helped me out, your fan base in the comments and some of the fans that they brought on ESPN, like as far as like Daniel Cormier.
Oh yeah.
Helped me out because my team does not do well with prosperity. Whenever we feel ourselves, we get beat. And I was like, man, we're going to go into this game overlooking them. And I'm not even going to lie. I know my players pay attention to the media. I know they do.
Yeah, ours too. Ours too, even though they tell you they don't. Ours do the same thing.
When you hear it going in the other direction, when you hear Daniel Cormier and people like, hey, the Saints might beat the Cowboys, or the media actually says it's an upset, I know my team will at least come in there focused. If it would have been a quiet week of the Cowboys are just going to blow out the Saints, I'd have been more worried. But the last couple of days, I've been hearing a whole lot of the Cowboys might want to watch out, which at least lets me know that they're going to come in locked in. Because we were very capable of coming into, especially a 1 p.m. game, we are good for, or 12 p.m., we are good for, that is our worst time of the day.
I know, I said that.
They come in like, man, this ain't no real game. And, we down by 30. Like, so I'm happy that the last couple of days kind of brought up the rear of y'all might lose this game because at least we'll approach it focused. Because if you don't think that the Cowboys ain't stupid enough to be looking at the Ravens, you don't know the Cowboys. I know them. I know what we do. We're like, that's the game. Everybody gonna put some respect on our name. No, we got to worry about the Saints, stupid. So I'm happy the last couple of days where I've heard like certain personalities have come out. And because of y'all performance, if y'all had just won like 24-10, we would have slept on y'all. That 47 helped us be like,
wake up. Yeah.
Wake up. If y'all would have won with a lesser score, we'd have been in a dogfight and it'd have been too late. So I'm glad we're going to approach this game properly. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then we just got to wait and see tomorrow. But at least I don't think we're going to come out this game thinking Saints going to just lay down, because y'all not. How did it freeze on us?
Stuff. All right, there we go. I don't know what's going on with my damn internet. It was fine up until, I got multiple things going on. I have to check it. But anyway, hey, bro, listen. What is your prediction on the game, bro? I know you got the Cowboys, doing their thing. Talk to me about what you believe that was going to happen with the Saints in the matchup. I know you thinking the Cowboys, you picking the Cowboys to win the game. How do you think the Cowboys do it? Because in my perspective, I don't overlook anybody. I don't overlook Carolina. I don't overlook Atlanta. I don't know, because we beat Carolina. We got you guys, and then behind you guys we have Philly. So my thing is, I don't believe in overlooking anybody. I don't care where they are, but a lot of people consider the Cowboys as one of the power 4 or 5 in the NFC.
Yeah.
So but like I said, beating the Cowboys, and I said this, and I would say this to you. We don't get anything but a tiebreaker here by beating them, because they're not going to give us any respect from beating the Cowboys. We don't gain anything but the tiebreaker. They're going to say Cowboys slept on it. And if anything, and listen, don't get for the family.
Y'all just blow us out. Y'all blow us out. They're not going to be able to say that.
That's true too. But my thing is, it's just annoying, because I really don't believe in what the hell they're saying, because most of them ESPN people are picking y'all. That's all they were talking. Oh yeah, this, that, and the third. But it was a sea of blue.
I feel like it's a reverse jinx. I know them. I know how they do. They don't like us. They don't like that. I don't trust them. This is a reverse. You can tell when someone believes in somebody by the way they pick them. And when they discuss us and y'all this week, it's just been like the Cowboys beat the Saints.
But they gave us all the credit, Rome. They gave us all the credit. All the Saints is this, all the Saints is that, all the Saints is this, and then they picked the Cowboy.
It's reverse jinx. I know it. I know it. And you know what? It works sometimes. And it would have worked if the last couple of days, like I said, I heard a couple of just definitive, little differing opinions, downplaying us more and downplaying the offense. I just needed them to downplay us more so we can stay focused. But as far as the game, I'll give you the non-homer response, because there is a homer I've been arguing with Saints fans in my comments for 3 days response.
Was one of these guys wrong?
Yeah, that's my dog. My dog, Big Purple, Big Perp. It was him, Big Perp. My response is going, and I told him he's gonna be on my live stream later, because I told him to come rock with me on Saturday night. I think with what I know now about y'all offense and what offensive system y'all running, I think if we can hold y'all to about, I would say 17 or 20, it's a victory for us. It's a victory for us. I think because 47 yards, you even as a Saints fan, I don't think you expect 40 every week.
No.
Because even as a Cowboys fan, with our large scoring games, that's more of an anomaly. So if we can hold y'all to 17 or 20, I think that we can get 27 to 30, and I think we can win this game. I think one of our biggest assets that most people realized last week, that changes the way you play defense. Like, there's a lot of things in football, there's a lot of chess matches going on. One of the biggest assets the Cowboys have that we did not have 2 years ago is Brandon Aubrey.
Mm-hmm.
And that bad boy he was raining kicks in the outdoor field, and it's windy in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
From like 65 yards away.
Yeah.
You put him in the Cowboys stadium, I'm sure he can clear a 70-yard kick. Meaning anything past, if you can get to the 45 on the other side of the field, that's green. So that makes the defense play differently between the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to start to feel, and this is what the Cowboys showed last week. We ain't got no pride in the fact that we'll kick a field goal. We will drop 16 points on you, 3. Like, we'll just keep dropping. Like, we don't care. So some people are too prideful. Nah, we got to go get the TDs. I think that's the thing. When you got a quarterback that has pretty much solidified himself statistically, but everyone keeps saying he got to do something else to get real respect. I don't think Dak Prescott is pressed about leading the league in touchdown passes. He just did that. And he ain't trying to get an all-pro. He just did that. He needs to win games that matter. So my point is being smart with the football and realizing last week, this is the defensive game. I'm just not going to make no mistakes because I'm mature enough to not care. I don't need to throw a touchdown pass, right? I don't care. I need to hold this lead. That's maturity. That comes with, I've been in this league long enough to know I can mess this game up. When Cleveland tried to make every game, there's a push from the other team. You throw one interception and now all the momentum on the other end. What I'm going to do, I'm going to check down Charlie, hold it close to the vest, and make sure that we get out of this hostile environment on the road with a win. This week, we are not afraid that if we get to the 45 on the first drive, let's go and get this field goal, get this 3 on the board, because those can mount. You're like, what's 3? That's stupid. You let a person kick 3 field goals and it's 9-0. All right, and then you let a touchdown slip through. How do you get 16? Like, them threes add up quick. Because I know Cleveland last week was like, yo, when did they get 30? Like Aubrey just kept hitting them. Like, Zeke snuck a touchdown in there. Aubrey hit 2 more field goals. It's 20. Like, when did them threes add up? So I like that my team showed we ain't too prideful, we ain't too arrogant to know that a 3 is just as good or better than, you know what I'm saying? And it's a field position thing. So I'm excited this week with having Aubrey. He's definitely an asset. I don't have no shame in bringing up a kicker. I think this week we can get to a 30 because I feel like a good 13 or a good 12 of them points gonna be on the foot of my kicker. And I ain't ashamed to say it. I'm just not.
I mean, but you're wrong. A three is better than a 0, bro. So I mean that's pretty much what it is.
Well, I've been getting it all week. Dak is trash. He getting carried by his kicker. I'm like, whatever.
Some games it still counts as a win. I mean, some games you teams are gonna stop you from scoring a touchdown, and you got to get points the best way you can.
Get points. The NFL, it is hard to score. This is no joke. You know what I'm saying? And teams, like, this is not definitive. A team is going to be bad every year. It's night and day, year to year. It is. People act like Houston didn't just happen.
Mm-hmm.
Houston was just like a dumpster fire. Don't nobody want to go there. They ain't got no players. It's all mindset. Most NFL players have a lot of talent. Scheme and mindset can change everything.
Oh, yeah.
Once you start feeling like you're supposed to win, a player that wasn't that good, you'd be surprised, like, he was bad over there. Why he look so good now? Because he feel like he can win.
Yep.
If y'all knock on wood, I don't need y'all to come beat us. But if y'all got to win this week,
we got it. We got it, bro. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it, brother.
Don't do me like that. Nah, but y'all gonna be a problem all year. Even if y'all just came out there and just played with us, like this wasn't like a mismatch.
Mm-hmm.
I know people say there ain't no moral victories. Yeah, they are. There are games that let you know, I belong on the field with that team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if y'all come out there and make us earn this victory like we supposed to, when y'all play like our division rival, when y'all play the Philly, they're like, this is not the Saints team I was thinking about when I was looking at the schedule. Because it's not going to be.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to overlook the fan in me. Like, if we at the bar, I'm gonna talk my talk because I'm supposed to. But the reality of it is, the reality of the situation is, y'all offensive scheme makes players that you've already had more dangerous.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. I know that system, and if any Cowboys fans act like this system don't matter, go look at them playoff games. Just don't look at the black and gold. Just act like it's red. What the 49ers been doing to us. So you can't overlook this. This system has just been the bane of our existence. We just can't overlook it. So I need to see Zimmer show me, like, I don't got to be up at night before we play certain teams that run a Shanahan tree. I can actually sleep at night and know that we're going to at least come prepared,
Right. Yeah, that's the thing, bro. That's what I was looking at when I seen it. Because like you go to the preseason, we were looking at everything. They weren't showing all this. But and I'm pretty sure Zimmer and a defensive brain trust over there in Dallas are going to be studying and game planning how they stop it. And he has that experience. Also mentioned on my last stream about Clint's father being Gary Kubiak. You don't think for a second Gary's calling his son during the week saying, "Hey, son, listen, man, I need you to focus on this."
Of course.
Oh yeah, he's saying he giving his son
Just
game.
Like Kyle said he talked to Mike all the time.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying, man. That's a part of the game. So there'll be new wrinkles, and that's the caveat to me in terms of how the Saints gain success against Dallas. I think that the offense, they'll be able to get things popping and snapping prior to it. The miscues is a big part of the game. Keeping the pre-snap miscues to a minimum. The turnovers is also a part of the game. This type of stuff, how the officials officiated, that type of stuff, it's all a part of the game. But ultimately, I do see the Saints winning this game. I don't see a blowout. I see a close game because it's teams that's there. But I do see a 27-24, 27-21, somewhere along. I'm getting those numbers there. But that's what I think. But Rome, yeah, man, this is going to be fun, man. Listen, bro, I appreciate you stopping by, bro, to drop some. Man, hey, bro, let the family members know where they can find you, my brother.
Y'all can find me on Cowboys Fan Talk on YouTube, real simple, and Cowboys_Fan Talk on Twitter. I warn you, Twitter's not a real place, so it get crazy, and not necessarily between me and Saints fans. That's just for the last couple of days. But if you ever see me go against it with the Eagles fans, you'll be like, oh, y'all ruthless. So it's a little different place than what you might see on YouTube.
Well, that's that hated rivalry y'all have. We have a similar one with the Falcon people, man.
It just get low blowish. Like, oh, that's how y'all talking this week,
right? You like, oh, you won't be petty? Watch this. You know
yeah, exactly. The pettiness is everything is in play. So so you feel my pain,
right? Oh yeah. Listen, Rome, and just for future reference, bro. Anytime you feel like you want to stop by and talk to the black and gold diehards, man, or whatever, man, you got open invitation.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, and my brother Law, he pops up and usually does the talk. But man, listen, I know he's been very busy.
Hey, look! Shout out to Law Nation. That is the GOAT. That is my dog. He just literally hit me the other day. He was trying to help me with my audio that I'm struggling with. So yeah, Law Nation is the OG in the Cowboys community. Just letting y'all know, nothing but respect for that brother, man. That's my dog.
Yeah, good dude, man. Good dude. All right, so anyway, fam, that's gonna do it. Hit up Cowboys Fan Talk, man. Give a man some love, man. He pretty solid. He gave Law some love, man. But the brother got a lot of good stuff going on his own.
Appreciate you, man.
One of the best
appreciate you.
that I've seen, bro. I mean, Law, you got Law, and really, shit. I would put you up like right, y'all in Law. You right with Law, and
I got some people over there. I show deference too, because you see that sign over my shoulder. I don't know if y'all can see it. Humble hustle, man. I'm a big fan of being. You got to be humble. I'm a man of respect. You know what I'm saying? And I always carry things with respect. When you see my live stream, I talk crazy because I like to entertain. I don't like to get too crazy or nothing like that. But I am a man of respect. I'm humble, and I acknowledge that. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for people like Law. You know what I'm saying? My dog Vach. And things like that. People that have really paved the way, Mark Holmes, and like there's people that put the foundation out there on YouTube, period, to where back when they were doing it, like it wasn't even content creator wasn't even a term. it was more saying you a YouTuber. So they've been putting in work for years. I'm back, you know what I'm saying? I'm running around and just hitting happy hours. I wasn't even thinking about recording anything. So I respect that. I appreciate that. And because of what they did, I'm able to turn my camera on and people pay attention to me. So I'm always going to show respect to people that came before me.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, man. Same here, man. To some of the family members that we have in our community, some of the best in the game, man. So it's really cool when I collab with the guys, whether how big your channel is or how small the channel is. If you're a diehard, I always work with the family members. They know that. That's man. That's how you're supposed to.
We all start somewhere. You got to just turn it on. Turn the camera on.
Everybody at some point started from somewhere. They started from zero. You just got, it's all of the elite get to the highest level by like you talk about being a person of substance. I was talking about this on the stream last night, being a person of substance who has consistency and persistence. That's what you have.
Yeah.
That's a big part. That's a big key to success. But listen, bro, thank you, Rome, man. Much love to you, brother. Good luck for the rest of the season. If I don't hear from you, bro, you're welcome to pop in on the recap stream.
Man. Y'all do y'all thing. Y'all knock out them Eagles for us, and we'll knock out the Cowboys for y'all. We're gonna do each other favors after tomorrow.
All right, thank y'all for chiming in, man. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. We're gonna holler at y'all the next one, man. Peace, much love to you. Thank y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Like Benson, I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on Tampa, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy and you probably smell the crooked referees on Roger Goodell. Yeah, probably like this, and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. This is Sports Coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this and I'm a who that. It's the Sports Coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that say they gonna beat them? Say who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them? Say who that? Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them? Say who that?
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.